Welcome to the final match of the top 4 of the YugiTuber Grand Championship. This match is going to decide who goes up against Team Avalanche in the finals. So for this match, we have Yugimation and his Hazy Flames going up against 87ShoNuff and his Yang Zings. And who do we have with us for our commentary today?
You have Dragon Master. Dragon Master.
Photon Stream!
Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon! Attack with Ultimate Photon Stream!
Well, 87ShoNuff's not going to be doing that. He's just going to be setting 3 back row.
Uh-oh. Yugimation.
With that Cerberus.
So I guess the top 3 are all swag tubers.
They are.
So that's going to be pretty boring. It's not like I don't see these cats play all day anyways.
But not everyone gets that opportunity that you do, so.
Boring. I literally, it's like, I'd rather watch a Mayweather fight.
So, Yugimation swings for that 1000 with the Cerberus and sets 3, and 87ShoNuff's going to drop down that reasoning. So things are going to get interesting.
Yeah, I mean, still to this second, I think that that's a brilliant card to play in Yang Zings, but it's so hard to guess. Did he just guess it?
He did guess it. He guessed the 3, and the Beyond did not get special summoned.
Well, I fucking give up.
It looks like the luck's on Yugimation's side.
Yeah, I don't even have anything else to say about that. I thought they were die rolling for the win. What happened to the die roll for the win?
No die rolling for the win.
I'm sorry. I mean,
play it out.
We've already talked about it. They're like, it's not like the tournament matters. We already know who's gonna win.
And who's gonna win?
The Cali effect.
The Cali effect is MVP.
It is I, Dragon Master, and I say Cali effect is the best in this tournament.
So interestingly enough, Yugimation getting those Hazy Flame Cerberus swings in, and 87ShoNuff's down to 5k now.
I'm assuming he just drew all spells and traps because that would be the obvious thing. But and Yugimation is definitely taking advantage of this. 87ShoNuff does not have a good hand. I bet you he drew like double creation or like a skill drain or something.
Can we discuss the fact that Yugimation runs Flame Veil counter in his deck?
We're not going to talk about that. We are not going to talk about that.
That is the first time I've seen that in all of the matches I've commentated, and that is just hilarious.
I don't even know what it does. I saw it, I was like, I know that card's bad, but...
Flame Veil counter is, if I remember correctly, it's basically Infernity Barrier if you have a fire monster with 200 or less defense in your graveyard. I think you banish it, and then it's Infernity Barrier.
Oh, wow, wait, hold on. That card just became amazing. I changed my mind.
Is it as amazing?
He's going to discard 2 paths.
Is it as amazing as Jiaotu, though?
Oh, wow, he discarded a Chaiwen. Jiaotu, oh my, man. Playing Yang Zings.
Though.
Well, that's not very nice. Look, Yugi. Oh, the wiretap. Sneaky by 87ShoNuff. Very sneaky. Playing Yang Zings against, in a tournament against Necros all day, because that's exactly what I've seen. It was a very interesting matchup, and I feel like Yang Zings, as long as they don't get Trish, they have the matchup. In any other particular game, as long as the opponent can't make Dweller plus, a surplus of monsters, Yang Zings have a really strong matchup against practically everything, to be honest with you.
Now, it's interesting, as we see the book come down on the Jiaotu, so now 87ShoNuff cannot synchro this turn, but...
No synchro summon, but he has 2 Yang Zing monsters on the field.
He does.
One of them stronger than the Cerberus.
But it's interesting because I don't think the targeting, the fact that the Hazy Flames are immune to targeting, I don't know if that really does anything to 87ShoNuff. Like, does he really have any targeting effects in his deck?
I believe Yazi targets and Boxia targets. I believe so. Don't quote me.
Okay. But outside of that, like, he hasn't run anything... Like, I mean, because Skill Drain and Vanities, he doesn't run, like, any, like, thing like Dimensional Prison, for example.
Of course, yeah. So. You're right. And Skill Drain is a card, so... Yeah.
So we see the Cerberus attacking over the Pulau, and then off that, 87ShoNuff's going to special out the Chiwen and the Bien.
Okay, tell Yugimation to get prepare themselves. Prepare yourself!
So now that Bien's going to run over the Cerberus.
Watch Yugimation pull, like, double D prison.
That would be clutch.
That sounds... I mean, this just sounds like what Yugimation would do. He's that type of guy.
Yugimation would have Mirror Force, and then he would chain Macrocosmos.
Oh, man. Yeah, that sounds exactly his area of expertise right there. Sacking.
So Yugimation going to take some damage there, and now they're both at pretty equal life points. So
that was actually a really interesting turnaround for 87ShoNuff. He was able to control the game back and turn it back into his favor, which I mean that's definitely good when you're getting smacked around for the first 4 turns.
And it's really good because now that Boxia is going to shuffle everything back on Yugimation's field back into the deck. So
why do you play Boxia in attack?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't fear anything that Yugimation might have.
No fear! No fear!
I mean, it's not like Yugimation runs rank 4s, so it's like... I don't know.
Because it's 187 Yugimation, yeah.
Oh man, 87ShoNuff has the Yang Zing Path to back up the Boxia. That is so... I mean, when you Boxia and then have Path to back it up, that is just insane.
I told you he had double Path in his hand.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have ditched the first one otherwise.
Yeah. Well, it's almost obvious when you draw dead, more often than not, you're like drawing double Path or double Creation, or you're drawing something that's just like, ugh.
And it's funny because just one play will turn that entire hand around if you can get it going.
I mean, just the fact that Yugimation didn't Solemn Warning the Jouto, he Solemn Warning the effect, but then he followed up with Book of Moon. I felt that if he would have Book of Moon to Jouto, he still could have had some type of control over the game. But the fact that he allowed 87ShoNuff to play more Yang Zings to the board was what ultimately gave 87ShoNuff this board and to be able to activate Path.
So we see a Monarch Stormforth come down on the Boxia, which was preceded by the Onslaught of the Fire Kings, which special summoned the Cerberus. So this could get interesting.
Is this nigga double tribute summoning? Or no, he's okay. No, that makes sense.
He onslaughted the Cerberus, and then they attributed for Sphinx.
You know what? I had reflashes. I thought he was gonna play Arklar Christie. I was gonna cry. I was like, what? Who plays that?
Now we see 87ShoNuff flip up the skill drain before the Sphinx gets a chance to do anything.
Okay, good job, 87. But 2,000 life points. I'm not saying that he's not in the prime position. He does have 2 extra back row. We know that's a Jouto face down. Hazy Flame Sphinx is not going to be able to run over it. But 2,000 life points, that's the danger zone. I'm pretty sure if 87ShoNuff's run any life point cards like extra skill drains, which he does, Solemn Warning, he can no longer activate those type of cards.
And skill drain does not prevent that Cerberus from getting its search effect in the end phase, so... Ooh, and that MSC is going to hit Circle, which that could have been really big.
That would have been really big if you ask me.
Yeah. So we see the Suwani.
Okay.
So that Suwani can crash with the Sphinx, and then 87ShoNuff would get a new monster off of it.
Exactly, and that's not very nice. Basically, Yugimation is not in the right spot right now.
No.
87ShoNuff can continue to dwindle Yugimation's resources and still recycle Yang Zing monsters to the field.
And so now, I was going to go for the Bixi, okay. I was going to ask if you thought he was going to go for additional damage or not.
Well, he couldn't. The Yang Zing monsters will be special summoned in defense.
Oh, that's right.
For everybody that doesn't know Yang Zing, keep in mind the best way to picture it, unless it's a tuner, its 0 stats will be the monster summoned. So, for example, if Sani has 0 defense, the monster that's destroyed by Sani will be special summoned in defense. I apologize. Bixi has 0 attack, so the monster will be special summoned in attack. That's like the best way to remember it.
And we see that was a really big play right there because Yugimation dropped the Hazy Pillar and then 87ShoNuff MST'd it before Yugimation had the chance to summon the Hydra in his hand.
You were correct. Now, 87ShoNuff can summon another Suwani and then make another, Boxia.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Boxia is unaffected by skill drain, but he's going to bait out this back row. He's going to attack for 1900 damage.
That damage.
And then he's going to flip summon, maybe? No, he's going to pass his turn. He likes to keep his resources right now.
Yeah, and he's in full control at this point. I mean, he really doesn't have to overcommit.
Yeah, especially for just 1 card face down, but he has
Snatch Steal.
I forgot that was a card. I keep forgetting that's a card in this tournament.
It is.
I don't know what the Suwani's going to do for him unless he tributes it, I guess. I mean, and even still, there's 2K walls that 87ShoNuff has face down.
Well, Hydra's 2300, so it can get over.
Okay.
Not that it's really going to matter because the Yang Zings will just replace themselves, but, I mean, at least Hydra can get over them.
Yeah, I don't think that's, like, the best to, like, just attack into Yang Zing monsters. I've never... I mean, because when you attack into a Yangzing monster, you allow a good Yangzing player, such as 87ShoNuff, to cycle into his Yangzing monsters and get the, you know, specific cards that he needs. Like right now, if he doesn't have a Swanee in graveyard, why not summon that Swanee, flip up that face down tuner, and go into a Goyo Guardian? You just gave that play to him.
Exactly. So we see a Swanee summon off the Bixi Destruction, and Yugimation is just having to pass turn with that Hydra just sitting there. And he draws the third MST in his deck.
Alright, look. 87 can't sack enough. This is some bullshit.
It's disrupting the Flame Veil counter, which could have come in handy for whatever 87ShoNuff's about to pull off.
Oh, wow. Alright. That's game.
That's gonna be it. He drew into the Bixi, and...
So, he drew into the big, or he sacked the Mystical Space Typhoon and had the Bixi. That's game. You couldn't ask for more of a perfect hand.
Yeah, because now...
Only on Dueling Network, fellas.
Exactly, because that Bixi's going to shuffle that Hydra back, and... Well, no, yeah, so that proves Boxia doesn't target.
No, Skill Drain's face.
Oh, yeah, Skill Drain's out. My bad.
Yeah, so...
I completely forgot that.
I mean...
So, yeah, so that's going to be it for Game 1, so... I don't know, it was a really good back-and-forth game, though. I liked it.
No, 87 can't scrub enough, drew all of the answers. I am not satisfied with that type of hand. That was very sacky on both sides. But Yugimation calling the right call with reasoning. You know, 87 can't scrub enough. You know, scrubbing it out with the triple Mystical Space Typhoon. Even though he told me not to run any in a tournament, but okay.
It's unfortunate
That's all I can
because
say.
Yugimation just lost the Rekindling off that hidden Armory Mill. But he does have Snatch Steel in his hand now, so...
He does have Snatch Steel. That's a pretty good card.
It's an okay card, I hear.
Yeah, it's decent. It's decent at the very least.
So 87ShoNuff's going to summon out Swanee.
And this is what I actually like about Yangzing's, probably throughout most of this tournament and this format. A lot of people only run Mirror Force if they run, you know, Battle, Destruction, Trap cards, or any type of destruction. It's normally just destruction. It's not banishment. So Yangzings can practically freely do whatever they want and dare the opponent to activate back row to them. 87ShoNuff is going to set 4, which is...
One of them being an anti-spell fragrance, which he just flipped up.
Oh, wow. Looks like 87 can't scrub enough.
So now Yugimation is more than likely going to be forced to set that Snatch Steel if he wants to have any chance of using it later on.
But that's Scrub Animation's fault. I mean, he should have set the Snatch Steel because he knows 87ShoNuff's deck. It's not like he hasn't played against it before. He knows what he does. So setting the Snatch Steel, I mean, knowing 87's not going to blind MST would have been the smart thing to do.
So this time on Reasoning, Yugimation calls 2, but he misses, and the Bion's going to get special summoned. Well,
this isn't nice.
I mean, the chances of you calling Reasoning correctly against Yangzings are pretty low.
Hey, this is gobble gobble, man. I'm telling you. This is gobble gobble we're talking about. This is the same man that helped his opponent and beat the living daylights out of him in the same turn.
That's absolutely true. So you never know. Anything's possible.
Yeah, but I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't look possible right now.
Yugimation's down to 2,600 life points, so yeah, I mean, this could be over next turn, but we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be no damage Joe versus 87 can't scrub enough unless Yugimation pulls out some comeback.
Well, we got that Snatch Steel. That's a good start.
That Snatch Steel too strong.
So now it's really just up to see what Yugimation wants to do with it.
I mean, he's going against 3 back row. He could attack the Sani into the buy-in, but that's not productive.
Yeah.
So he's going to tribute it off for...
the Hydra.
There you go.
Now, so at least he got rid of the Swanee, and...
Yeah, at least he only has to deal with 1 Yangzing.
Right.
And, I mean, I'm pretty sure one of 87ShoNuff's back row is a creation, so 87 is more than likely going to attack himself.
Yeah, I'm more than... Oh, wow, he passed. I'm actually shocked.
Oh. Yeah, because 87 was, you got to be aggressive, man. If they don't want to attack you, you attacking them. Yeah, get your combos up. I hear that from him all the time.
Well, this is game 2 because... So maybe 87ShoNuff fears what Yugimation might have in his sideboard, which, I mean, that's perfectly reasonable.
He might have Jesus.
So I wonder... Oh, he's going to flip Skill Drain. Okay.
Oh, well, that's helpful. What does Hydra do? Does it
Hydra doesn't do anything on its own. Basically, when Hydra is used for an XE summon, you get to attach an extra material from your grave to the...
Oh, he did it so he can target it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Seeing the compulse.
I figured that he was going to do it so he could target it, but I thought he was going to make, like, what's that damn card? Yazi.
That, too. I mean, he still could. We don't know. He might have the elements in hand to do so. But it looks like he's just going to attack with the Bion.
Yeah, it looks like
into a malevolent catastrophe.
Yugimation, what the hell?
So he's gonna go. He's gonna make both of them nag really hard.
Yeah, I hope he has artifacts face down.
87ShoNuff has the wiretap. Okay, so that's not happening.
Okay, because I'm still like looking at it like, why you set all that back row then?
I mean, maybe he feels like getting rid of the spell breakage and the skill drain is worth it to make himself go neg 4, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, hey, gobble gobble.
I mean, because it could be locking down his deck pretty well. I mean, just depending on what he has, so we don't know.
Yeah. Right now, he's gobbling up them life points. He's down to 1/8 of his life points. That's not good. He's going to activate Pot of Duality. Hopefully reveal 3 spells, because that sounds like his life right about now. So
there's the Sphinx, the Fairy Wind, and the Mind Crush.
Oh, that Fairy Wind would have been nice, I don't know, 8 turns ago. Because Fairy Wind...
on turn 1.
Fairy Wind is not going to be that helpful to him right now. Keep in mind that when Fairy Wind destroys all spells and traps on the field, it inflicts damage to both players, putting Yugimation only further into the danger zone. Yeah. So the only thing 87ShoNuff really has to do is activate 2 more continuous traps, and, you know, Yugimation will game himself. Yeah,
so, and Yugimation, if he did, would be down to 400 if he just wanted to destroy those 2. So this... Yeah. And he leaves himself with an empty board. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. So 87 can't scrub enough. He's obviously going to think he might want to blind MST like he normally does.
He's going to Dark Hole, though.
All right. That sounds good. That's very productive.
That is, because now he can get a whole new slew of monsters and potentially go into something really big.
The irony is that my sarcasm didn't work. It really is productive.
I know.
Because Yugimation is going to lance the buy-in. The struggle. The only time I've ever seen somebody lance an opponent's monster, protect it from Dark Hole.
And he's going to compulse the other set monster. But you know, that's like, actually really good, because now the buy-in's going to be down to 800 attacks. So if it does attack, Yugimation's still going to be in it.
But that's like Fairy Wind is going to game him, though.
Yeah, so it does make Fairy Wind a dead card. You are correct. Oh, and he's going to Mind Crush.
Ooh.
Is he going to do a blind?
I mean, we haven't seen anything, so it's blind.
He must be trying to Mind Crush the set card. What's he going to call? Bixie.
I think it's a Bixie, too. I think Bixie or Jiaotou are probably the best ones.
He doesn't have it. He's showing the hand.
Oh.
Wow. So that means it must have been a Jiaotou or a Chiwen, more than likely. Mm-hmm. I wish we could have seen his hand. So, they're resolving the Mind Crush with the die roll. Just randomly
that sucks.
Picking that
Yugimation.
Yeah, I feel like that was a huge gamble. I feel like it was a really good call.
Well, I can't argue with the call. But it's very gutsy. He's already at the last limb of his life points. There's not much else he can do. Calling Bixie was also, you know, a really good idea. Why? Because if that wasn't a Bixie, Yugimation, if that was the Jiaotou, Yugimation would have seen 87ShoNuff flip some of the Jiaotou and just synchro for Armatis for game.
Exactly. He wouldn't have done the Dark Hole play.
Exactly. So it was not dumb. But then at the same time, it's like, you can pulse the monster. You can wait on Mind Crush. He's not going to set it. He can't summon it and attack with it. It's nothing. You know, it has no attack if he's setting it.
And it was a Chiwen.
Ah.
So it looks like he's going to...
And now he's going to go to Arclight.
Yep, he's going to go to Arclight.
Arclight that can't be destroyed by battle. It's just too strong.
That is.
Well, it doesn't have an effect, actually.
Yeah, because it's skill drain. So, no, actually, it will trigger because it tributes.
I'm lost.
Arclight tributes
it tributes to negate. Yeah.
So it will negate.
Well, I was talking about the macro effect.
Oh, yeah. The macro effect isn't in effect, which is kind of irrelevant in this matchup anyway. I mean, Yugimation milled his only rekindling, so it's like... So we see a 2k Cerberus come down thanks to skill drain. That was a nice top deck.
And Cerberus is going to attack into the Arclight for nothing.
Yeah, which I think Yugimation's realizing, or rather 87ShoNuff's explaining to him that it can't be destroyed by battle.
87 can't scrub enough.
It's okay. A lot of people forget that BN makes it immune to battle. It happened in the last match with ShoNuff, and it's happening in this one, too.
You don't call him ShoNuff. We call him Can't Scrub Enough.
That's what you call him.
Scrub-a-dub-dub.
And he has the set path, so...
So, wait, hold on. This nigga drew all 3 paths and used all 3 of them?
No, because that was last game.
Okay, good, because I'd be hella salty. If you can resolve 3 paths, I don't know what the hell you're doing. You should have won like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I agree with you. If you shouldn't. Okay, let's put it this way: you should not have to resolve 3 paths to win a game.
Yeah, I mean, but if you do, your opponent might just scoop just because from boredom. It's like I don't even want to. I don't even want to go through this.
From
like
boredom.
I have to go. I have to play them all again.
What?
It's like I have to beat them all again. No.
So it's actually funny that Cerberus is posing somewhat of a problem to 87ShoNuff because he can't get over it.
Yugimation plays Dying Keto.
And does he really?
Yeah, you know he does.
That's in his sideboard, of course.
That's clutch for these type of scenarios. Yugimation plays Dying Keto.
That was his anti-burn precaution.
Mm-hmm. Dying Keto, Cure He main decks 1 copy.
And it's the OCG artwork, too.
That looks like Dark Hole for game. Yeah, I mean, unless Yugimation's back row is active, which has not been for the last game, that looks like it's pretty much game.
Yeah, because Yugimation's back row hasn't really been fully reactive to battle.
Mm-hmm.
But...
So 87ShoNuff summons any Yangzing monster that doesn't have 0 attack, and it's practically it.
Yeah, but you never know. He might have something.
Yeah, you never know. But then at the same time, we are hunting on that 22-minute mark. No. They want to watch it anyways. They love it. Yeah, they love us.
They do. So there's the Suwani. And is that going to be it? I mean, what could he have back there?
Jesus.
He's going to flip...
Our Lord and Savior Arceus.
He's going to flip Life Equalizer.
Oh. Never. I really, for a second, I really thought he would have did that. I was like, that sounds like him.
Yugimation flipped the fairy win.
No, you ain't gonna beat me. You can't beat me.
Yugimation says, nobody kills me but me.
Good job. Yugimation definitely went out with a bang. He attacked with his photon stream.
That's very characteristic of Yugimation. So technically, Yugimation's still undefeated since 87ShoNuff didn't beat him. So thank you all so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you all in the grand finals.
Catch you guys in the finals, fellas.